And welcome back, everybody, to I'll Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with, of course, over 300 beers to choose from. As you can see, we're live here from Fatty Beer in Lancaster, New York. One of my favorite spots to go to, one of my favorite fatty beers to go to. So make sure you check them out. Again, over 300 beers on tap for you to choose from. Location, 7 different locations. You can find them at fattybeer.com, at fattybeer on Instagram and Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, our sponsors at Extreme Discount Mattress, Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds, featuring the Cool Gel Memory Foam, 2-sided mattress, Tiller Latex, organic mattress, Shadow Wells, and of course, Scott Living, all for 1/3 is half the supposed sale prices anywhere. So stop at any of their 7 locations across Western New York, or check out their website, extrememattress.com. That is Extreme with an X. And if you're looking for more savings, check out their new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga, up to 80% off their already low prices. Save a fortune on one-of-a-kinds, closeouts, and floor samples. You get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And remember, if you mention that you are a fan of Two Goalies, One Mike, you get yourself a nifty little mattress protector. Then you purchase a mattress, a matching mattress protector. Say that 5 times fast. Hurls. All hail the Lion King, getting his 5th shutout.
6th career shutout.
5th career shutout. Sorry, yes, sorry. I thought it was 6th or 5th.
It is 6. Yeah, it's 6.
Okay, well, yeah. Still, regardless, he played an integral part in this win tonight, and he was fantastic.
9th win in a row for Alex Lyon.
Franchise record, I believe, right?
Yeah, is that a franchise record? I don't know if I heard
read
that.
It was a franchise record.
And if it is, which sounds like it could be, although with Dominic Hasek and Ryan Miller in your organization, that seems like not that much. So, yeah, if it is, that's insane. This team wins in different ways. They just out-islandered the Islanders, which is really, really impressive, especially a day game on a Saturday coming off that emotional win in Montreal on Thursday night. They beat the Islanders at their own game. Obviously, Alex Lyon saved them early on, and he was really, really good to start. But once they got that lead, they were able to protect the house about as good as possible, and they were able to get it in the garage in the third period.
Yeah,
And they didn't blow a lead as they have been doing, which has been typical of this team recently. So all good things, and it just adds to the overall story of these past 22 games that they're winning in different ways, and they're a versatile, obviously very, very good team.
Yeah, and to your point, exactly. Sorry, it's a little loud here. Not a packed house, but it's getting there here at Fatty Beer Lancaster. It like from a complete game standpoint, I mean, you can't really find any fault in their game. Zucker, who had a slow start getting back. Like I said, it was the last game. It was the first time he scored a goal since like January 8th, right? Had 2 today. He's definitely going to be a huge help for that power play. What a beautiful how Benny faked out Riddick on the Tage goal. And just like I said, like they never took their foot off the gas, even after they got kind of essentially the solidifying 4th goal on the empty net. They still kept the pressure on, and Tuck got himself back on the score sheet too.
Yeah, I would say if I were to find one fault, it would be the power play, which they still need to fix. That one power play they had I think it was the second period, was one of the worst power plays I've ever seen. They don't know how to enter. They don't know how to enter the zone. They don't know how to keep possession. Who's ever running the power play, Seth Appert. I don't like power play people. You got to take them off the power play. At this point, they got to try something different. It's not consistent enough, especially with how much talent they have on this team and how good they are at 5-on-5. I think at least recently in the past 10 games, they've been winning games they haven't necessarily deserved to win, with obviously some really good goaltending performances. But when you're that much better at 5-on-5 than you are on the power play, something's got to change. And I hope that they are as self-aware about that as the fan base is, because it's becoming a constant problem. But I'm not going to nitpick too much, because they're doing what they need to do to win games. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Yes, exactly. Again, I'm pretty sure I caught all that. Again, it's people are starting to pile in here on Lancaster.
Do you have headphones? You can plug headphones into.
Yeah, I do. But this is unfortunately a funny story. This guy back here saved my bacon. He loves bacon. I packed everything for this post game show today, except for my laptop. I had the laptop. I had it on the desk where I normally do our show from my extra bedroom, and I just didn't put it in my bag. Had my microphone, had everything else except for my laptop, and the specific earbuds that I do have with me don't link up with this. I already tried, so
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But no, yeah. So 5-on-5, the Sabres have been. I don't know where they rank Hurls in terms of like teams across the league. They got to be pretty
Yeah.
close to the top.
I would have to look it up. It's taken a hit in the past 10 games. They were really good up until the end of December, and then in January it's not been as good. And the stat that everybody talks about is expected goals for percentage.
Yep.
Basically how much you're out chancing the other team when there are 5 players on each side on the ice. And it has taken a hit. Like I saw the chart the other day, and it went to the highest it's been all season at the end of December, especially after that Stars game. And it's steadily gone down ever since. But you can offset that with good defense and good goaltending, which they've been able to do, and also timely goal scoring. They're not necessarily out chancing the other team, but they're scoring goals when they need to and getting leads and protecting leads, even if they haven't been necessarily great at protecting.
Yep. Yeah, and we've seen, to your point earlier, we've seen this team kind of like not find ways to close out games, letting teams get their way back in. And let's make a mistake about it. Like the Islanders are a very well-coached, good hockey team. We'll talk about the disrespect of not getting Sorokin tonight. I mean, if these teams want to keep starting their backups against us, I'll take 2 points. I don't care. I don't know if Sorokin could have saved them today. Regardless, yeah, I think that today was a perfect example. On a 1 o'clock matinee game, which we know they've kind of struggled with this season. Closing out this game, not letting it get away from, not getting too comfortable. Again, keeping yourself, foot on the pedal. They controlled the neutral zone a lot today. That was a very noticeable thing today, for me at least. And they didn't really fall into that trap style hockey that the Islanders are known to play historically.
Yeah, no, it's pretty amazing, especially when we've seen this team lose so many times against this Islanders team, losing that exact same way. Like, I think everybody not necessarily wouldn't have been surprised, but getting shut out by the Islanders is a common occurrence, especially on the island. So to beat them at their own game and get an early lead and have the ability to play within their system, get guys, especially after those early chances, push people to the outside, protect the front of the net, let Lyon, I think, largely see the puck. I think they did a really good job defensively, both forwards and defensemen, of pushing them away. And I think Lyon would say the same thing. I think that obviously that toe save going across his crease in the first period was incredible. But other than that, there was obviously the breakaway save on the penalty kill in the second. But other than those 2 chances and a few others, I think he largely saw the puck today, and he was able to stay calm and stay within himself. Obviously make some great saves, but I think he was helped by the defensive structure of the team.
For sure. I do want to ask you one question as a goalie, if it bugs you or not. Does it ever bug you that, like, Lyon doesn't oversell his glove saves? He makes them look just like he just kind of snaps it like that. I would love to see an oversell one of these times.
As someone who does that on a consistent basis, I think that it's nice to see it's nice to see a goalie that's so calm. Even Rob Ray mentioned it on the broadcast. Like he plays within himself, and he knows exactly what he needs to do fundamentally. He's typically in good position. And for him, there was one save in the second period where a guy cut across the middle, and he just had his glove in the perfect position. And right afterwards, Rob Ray commented that he's just so cool. He's so calm and collected. And the way that he spoke to us when he was on with us, and his demeanor, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together that's the way he plays as a goalie. He doesn't necessarily scramble around his net. He's not doing these crazy windmill saves. And that's, I think, why he's succeeded as much as he is. He doesn't necessarily have the size or the traits of a typical NHL goalie, but he's so positionally sound, and he's able to play within himself and remain calm in chaotic situations, especially on breakaways. We've seen him in shootouts. Like, he is so, and as he said, it's a fragile baby bird, and I think you need to collect yourself as much as possible and focus on tracking the puck, and he did a great job of that tonight, and obviously the past 9 games as well.
For sure. I do want to give a shout out. We did get a DM from a couple guys that are currently in the chat right now. They were sending pictures. They're at the Islanders game tonight. Brendan McCauley and Mike Donesco. Shout out to you guys for supporting the Sabres on the island today at the what's the arena called?
It was UBS Arena. Oh, I think it is UBS Arena.
IBS, Irritable Bowel Syndrome Arena at this point.
Yeah, here
Maybe
seriously.
today.
One comment I also want to address, whoever said it, the Sabres lost the faceoff battle today, 37-13. That's also somewhere we can nitpick a little bit. This team hasn't been good at faceoffs in a long time, and especially since Josh Norris has been out, they've been really struggling. So if we are going to make a trade leading up to the Olympic break or to the trade deadline, I would like someone that can win a faceoff.
I agree. I mean, Josh Norris, was supposed to be that guy, right? The stud in the faceoff circle. I mean, he was a stud and everywhere else for us. So, I mean, hopefully when he gets back, you have that solution to the guy who is especially going to take those important draws. But to your point, that guy could also come at the deadline. I do want to ask you one question too, because we've been speculating a lot, just kind of throwing darts at a board when it comes to trade ideas. Like, I think Steven Stamkos scored his 20 or 17th goal in 21 games today. And I'm not sure. Not today. Was it today or yesterday? I don't
It was
know.
2 nights ago. 2 nights ago.
Was it 2 nights ago? I don't know. I saw a notification or somebody said something in a chat. But when I think of guys that could help that power play unit, whom could be available, I don't know what the cost would be given the contract. I think if somebody in the chat can look it up, how many years he left.
He's got 2 years left at $8 million a year.
At $8 million a year, I mean, you're asking a lot. But if they're willing to eat a good chunk of that contract, I would absolutely bring Steven Stamkos in. I think he immediately fixes that power play.
Well, my thing is, I don't think the power play is lacking talent or finishing ability. I think it's lacking structure and it's lacking a good system. So you can bring Steven Stamkos in, and if they continue to do the same things, especially on their zone entries, the power play is not going to get better.
That's a very, very good and justifiable point. I remember the days when Tim Murray was convinced he was coming to Buffalo, and then it never happened. It still would be pretty cool to see a 600 all-time goal scorer.
I mean,
in a Sabres jersey.
I want the Sabres to trade for Steven Stamkos, and then for me to go to my bookmarks and go to the video of Terry Pegula behind a closed door saying, "We get this guy. We're not just trying to make the playoffs. We're trying to win the cup."
But hey, listen, at least it'd be justified at that point, right? At the time, it wasn't justified. We're actually trying to make a playoff push right now. I'm not going to say we're going to make the playoffs, but
we're trying to win the cup.
We're
trying to win the cup.
That is a move given the current roster that you make to win a cup. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, regarding the faceoff problem, who knows if the Rangers are actually going to tear it down or not. There's been a lot of discussion over why Vincent Trocheck made the U.S. Olympic team. And the reason he made the Olympic team is because he is an elite faceoff centerman. He theoretically could be your third-line center, and if he's winning 60% of his draws, as he has done recently and historically, I think that'd be someone I would be interested in if the cost and the
Can you repeat that name one more time?
I'm saying there's been a lot of discussion over why Vincent Trocheck made the Olympic team. And I think the reason he did is because he's an elite faceoff guy. He's been his entire career, and he has been recently. I looked it up the other day. He wins about 60% of his faceoffs, which is obviously very good in today's NHL. If he was available, if the Rangers are tearing it down, that's someone I would be interested in to help fix that specific problem.
Sabres did just make a trade, minor league trade. No, it looks like they have acquired defenseman Gavin Bayreuther from the Carolina Hurricanes in exchange for forward Victor Neuchev, who I don't know if any of you saw. He was there was a picture of him taken of him walking away from the arena, very Eric Stalish on his phone with his bag and sticks. So he did get traded, and apparently they're signing Bayreuther to the Rochester Americans immediately.
So quick background on Gavin Bayreuther. He's a 6'2", 210-pound defenseman, 31 years old, interestingly enough. He has 13 points in 33 games this year, 130 points in 271 career AHL games. I think it's definitely defensive depth in the minor league of the organization, and potentially someone that I think could probably be a great class in case of emergency type guy to come up to the NHL if they were to make that type of trade. So I'm on board. Jarmo's making moves.
Yeah, he is. I mean, a move is a move, right? I do want to say ahead of time, we did finally, I think twice in 1 week, we're giving away gift cards the Fatty Beer shutout gift card got up to $205, and we are going to give that away after the show because I am waiting for the powers that be to choose a winner. That does not lay at my feet. So we will be announcing that at some point here after the show, just so keep an eye out on Twitter and Instagram. We'll announce a winner, and we'll shoot you a DM to let you know. But congrats to whoever it's going to be, because that was a long time coming.
And on that note, I do have to go. I want to tease really quickly a really exciting show we have coming up this Monday. Normally, we'll do a 2 goalies, 1 mic podcast, non-game reaction podcast on Tuesday, but the Sabres play in Toronto on Tuesday. But this upcoming Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for me, we are going to have the 2 gentlemen from the Cespedes Family Barbecue podcast. They are an OG baseball podcast that decided last offseason to pick a non-baseball team to root for. They took fan submissions. They were able to get a lot of different entries, and they decided to root this season for the Buffalo Sabres. They are an OG baseball podcast, but now they are Sabres super fans. It's Jordan Schusterman and Jake Mintz, and they will be coming with us on the podcast on Monday. So if you guys are able to tune in for that, that'll be really exciting.
Exciting stuff. I can't wait. So thanks, Hurls. I said, I know you got to get out of here. I'll finish us off. Just give me 1 second to pull up the corrects. And there we go. So what's up, guys? Thanks again to Hurls for popping in. And excited for that podcast on Monday. And the chat is buzzing right now. And another shout out too. I was at work yesterday, and a fan of the show reached out, recognized me. I want to give a shout out to Ron. Ron, thanks for being a supporter of the show. Super pumped. And like I said, I told him to give him a shout out and keep listening. And thank you for your support. Go back to Alex Lyon, not to pump his tires too much, but, we've had him on the podcast before. And I was actually messaging with him leading up to this game. And I was just like, hey, great comeback game. You know what I mean? Like great, way to come back from injury and play such a strong game. And I'll tell you what, man, this kid was, or I shouldn't say kid, this guy was built to play goalie for Buffalo, regardless if it's 2 years or not. Like I haven't seen a guy more locked in than him in a long time. And every time I speak to this guy, his concentration is making playoffs. And there has not been a conversation with him that hasn't entailed got to stay locked in, got to make playoffs. It's incredible. And I'm so if playoffs start tomorrow, I know with UPL's play, he's been playing fantastic too, but I think Alex Lyon's the guy because he's been there before. He's seen the playoffs before. He has that type of experience, and that does go a long way. But I'm just incredibly encouraged by the play of our goaltenders right now. And again, I'm so excited we finally get to give away this Fatty Beer gift card to a lucky fan. Like I said, we'll announce that at some point here at the end of the podcast. Like I said, just keep an eye on our timeline, and we will announce that. Got to go through all of the powers that be. Got to go through all of the entries. We did say if you tagged a friend, it was a bonus entry too. So a lot of people entered. We are as it currently sits right now, we had 111 likes and 103 retweets. So again, it popped off. I'm gonna bring in Greg Day here to give his thoughts on the game. We both watched together, Greg. So what was your opinion of how the Sabres played today and our boy Alex Lyon?
I would say dominant, top to bottom, power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5. Goalie was kicking. Lyon is definitely in the cage.
No, he's out of the cage.
He's in the cage, but he owns the cage.
He owns the cage.
It's Lion's cage.
The Lion's den.
Lion's den, correct.
Yeah.
They just keep winning, and they don't win like in a shootout or lucky bounce. They are beating teams.
Good teams, too.
Good teams. I mean, 5-0 on the road. A 1 p.m. game is the worst. And
historic difference team, yeah.
Horrendous.
Yeah. On
the island. Place is a dungeon. So, big win, 2 points. On to the next game. Just keep going.
On to the next one, right? Yeah. As Bill Belichick would say, we don't try and stay too much in the moment. You celebrate the moment, but on to the next game and on to the next matchup. So, we said earlier, Sabres Alex Lyon set a franchise record. I think he tied Desjardins for most consecutive wins with the 5-0 shutout today. To go through the score sheet right now and our goal scorers, we had Tage Thompson getting on the board, Jason Zucker with 2 goals, Samuelson with 2 assists, McLeod with 2 assists, Alex Tuck with a goal, Jack Quinn with an assist, Kesselring with his first point as a Buffalo Sabre, Peyton Krebs with an assist, Darlene with a downtown empty net goal, and like I said again, Tage Thompson scoring, and Benny with a beautiful fake out of Riddick to pass it over to Tomer for another goal. And then again, Alex Lyon with 26 saves on 26 shots for his 6th career shutout. So I did, they moved into 4th place. I think they're tied for 3rd right now as I'm looking at the standings. I could be wrong if somebody wants to update us on that in the chat, but Sabres just keep winning. They keep overcoming adversity. These teams want to roll out. Like we could have had, I was fully expecting to start the day that we were going to see Sorokin in that. You know what I mean? He's one of the best goalies in the world, if not the best goalie in the world. And, they want to keep giving us their backups. We'll keep taking 2 points. And until they start respecting us, just take advantage of that. So, and I don't know with the way Buffalo played today, how much, I'm not going to say that Sorokin wouldn't have made a difference, but Sabres just flat out beat the Islanders. They just beat them. To say the least, man. Yeah, they were the more dominant team. If the Habs lose to Boston in regulation, we'll keep 3rd in the division. So I think technically the way the standings break down, it shows us in 4th, just below Montreal, which I don't really understand because I think we have, in terms of the season matchup, I'm not sure how that tiebreaker goes, but don't we have, or is it a tie? Are we tied with Montreal? Did we lose? I can't remember. But yeah, 3rd place in the Atlantic for now. Okay. I thought we were in 4th. I was going to do the Tropic Thunder celebration. 4th place. Yeah. So I'm going to throw it back to our sponsors again. Thank you to Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room, with, of course, over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get over to Fatty Beer. Let them know 2 goalies, 1 mic sent you. I'm at the Lancaster location now. Great vibes, packed house here. Bunch of people here for the Sabres game. It was a good time. And, of course, as always, Extreme Discount Mattress. You can visit any 7 of their Western New York locations or visit their website, extrememattress.com. That's Extreme of the Next. They have a new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga, where you can buy one-of-a-kinds, closeouts, floor samples, the works. You can get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And thank you again to our sponsors. I'm going to pull up, before we get out of here, the post-game from the locker room. Should we do like a segment in the locker room or from the locker room? We'll go with Extreme Discount Mattress today. From inside the locker room, Ruff said Lyon has incredible work ethic. As I said, like his work ethic and focus is out of this world. Ruff said Lyon has incredible work ethic and focus, and he thinks he understands what an opportunity he understands what an opportunity he has right now, all while the schedule has given both goalies a chance to play. Ruff made a few small changes to the lines during the 2nd and 3rd period. Says we needed a little spark as he wanted a little life in the lines. Ruff on the penalty kill. I thought our penalty kill was fantastic. More from Lindy Ruff on Alex Lyon. Lyon saves while Buffalo was on the power play was huge. Changed the game. He made a lot of key saves, glove saves. The breakaway, I think it was on Bo Horvat. He was fantastic for them today. Like a big factor in why they won. Obviously, when you get a shutout, yeah, you are one of the main factors. But like when this game was tight and not out of reach for the Islanders, like he was key. And their 5-on-5 play has just been incredible. And like to Hurls, what Hurls said, like defensively, man, they just lock it down and allow him. Sure, they give up some high danger scoring chances, but they're letting him see all the pucks. And when this guy is locked in the way he's been, it's almost given that we're going to get a win. And I know we're not talking about Dominik Hasek. I know we're not talking about Sorokin or Shesterkin or all of these goalies that are such like highly regarded around the league. But like, it's so true with him right now. You can even almost go as far as UPL. Like when they look this locked in, you just know you're getting the win. You're just going to win. I at no point after watching that first period did I ever fear that we were going to lose this game because I just saw how locked in he was, for sure. So Zucker says it's about playing together, trying to keep it simple, and that's usually when things open up for them offensively. Zucker on his 2nd goal says Riddick has a very active stick, so he was just trying to make a quick play. Alex Lyon says he made some good saves, but wants to credit Byram for the play he made on the 2-on-1 on a save to save a goal against. I remember that play. I remember he it was, I thought for sure it was going to blow the shutout, and Byram got a good stick on it and was able to clear the zone. So, another guy who's turned the narrative around for himself and his play has been Bowen Byram this season, especially with a lot of the slack that he was getting to start the season and even last season. People thought that he was just a Darlene merchant, and he's proven them all wrong now. Lyon says they need to continue to stay strong over the next 2 weeks heading into the Olympic break. We can't take our foot off the gas pedal. Yeah, it's important to stack wins and stack as many points right now. Lyon says he knew Samuelson from his time in Philly because his dad was a development coach and they skated together. Lyon also says that the team is playing so consistent right now, says they are finding ways to get re-engaged in games, and when they have some down moments, says his process is feeling good right now. He will continue to hammer out the details and take it one day at a time. You'd love to hear that from your starting goalie. Samuelson says Lyon works his bag off every day, and it's not a surprise that he's playing this well right now. Samuelson, I thought we did a good job limiting their chances. Forwards coming down, helping the D. When we get a little loose, he made some huge saves. Alex played great. So right now, it does show that so Sabres do hold possession of third place in the Atlantic Division. I'm not sure if that means fourth place in the East. Maybe that's where I got mixed up. But they are third in the Atlantic right now as it sits. So again, with the schedule that's coming up, you got Toronto coming up. Huge divisional game. These are 4-point swing games. What I'm looking most forward to there is with how well the Sabres been playing, just like the rivalry with Toronto and Montreal. Toronto especially, it's going to be relevant again, and I'm excited for that. So you have Toronto, again, I believe, on the road, and then you come back home against the Kings, and then the Canadiens again. So 2 out of your next 3 games are division games. So it's like 2 4-point swing games. Those are must wins, especially like Lyon said, heading into the Olympic break. And we had a minor league trade today, and who knows what Yarmo has up his sleeve heading into this roster freeze before the Olympics. But we'll see. So I'm going to let you guys go, though. I'm going to enjoy a beer with a couple friends. Shout out to Nick Woodjenny, who's here right now. I haven't seen that guy since we played high school hockey together. He actually just jokes. He's like, the last time I played hockey was 2006 when we lost in Super Sunday, which was the league championship game. Actually, it would have probably been States. Sorry. Yeah, the last time we played would have been States that same year. So against the same team, Cheektowaga. So can't wait to catch up with him. One of the best players I think I've ever played with. One of the best roller hockey players I've ever seen in my life. But gonna catch up with him. Have a beer over here at Fatty Beer Company again in Lancaster, New York. Make sure you come here and check them out, or any of their 7 locations in Western New York. So I'll talk to you guys later. And as always, go Sabres. Talk to you later.